So the market did this exactly as we wanted it to do. Great. Now it's a time to sit back and analyze what are the possibilities. So if the price can go back up to $95,000 in Bitcoin terms, what would that mean? But remember, there can be fake outs. If we do that, this can be a giant fake out. And if we get rejected at the A itself, think the C is going to be very small. So as we go further to the upside, we'll have to reevaluate each and everything. Just like we've been talking you guys through everything. Remember, say the market will surprise you. This one, when we entered here, we were kind of thinking like it's a 2 week to 5 week at least to hold to get a 50%. In a day, it went up like nuts. And yeah, we didn't get the top, but still made 54%. That was a surprise. I was expecting it to play out in a month. Now, the same thing, if you're watching this a year back, I was arguing we'll come down here, do this, and then go back up to a $1 trillion. Yeah, that's the total tree. Now, in here, if you're picking the total tree, you already see, put that on a 3-day, almost similar time horizon, and you see that. We did almost exactly that and hit just above $1 trillion. Now what? Yeah, this is why I always say go back 3 months, 4 months, at least a month and see what the charts were saying. And this is exactly what it was saying. There is a signal of caution. You have to wait for a bullish reversal. Until that, it's bearish. Yeah, the Bitcoin dominance was taking a support, and you right now watch, it's breaking and pushing to the upside. So you now know the market was not lying in your face, right? The market was giving you all the clues. Watch the MACD. It's crossing to the downside at that time. Now, what is it doing? Just this week, the price action was showing you textbook pattern saying, I would like to drop back. Where are we now? Yeah, this is exactly why I say watch the price action, because that gives you a lot of clues. Now here we are. We get to see that the market actually did this. The 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5. Is it the bottom? That's the only question. We are most likely close to a bottom for sure. I agree. But is this the bottom? That is the tough part. Yeah. Now, how can we analyze that? What tools can we use for those? Let's break it down. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Last few weeks, we've been arguing this is the next blood hunt. The bell is going off. The big drop in crypto, all of that. Yeah. But the trouble is, very few listened. And those who did are really happy that they can buy these assets at the bottom. They now see why you have to listen to the charts other than the news and hype. Keeping them apart kind of gives you a lot of advantage in this cycle. Yeah. So be a part of this, be a part of the Scientific Investor family, and make sure you get the right information at the right time. Because I remember telling you guys that watch, this is a fake move to the downside. It's not gonna come back up. That retest is historically the trap, just like this. And we saw that. That's exactly why when XRP popped to $2.9, we had to take the toughest decision saying, I'm gonna sell it, guys. I'm gonna sell there. From there, you drop to 1.8. Now, I think that's a good call. Now, what next from here? This is the biggest question, yeah? We've reached that support in the total altcoin market, yeah, excluding Ether. And it kind of shows you the fact that the market dropped 40%. That's a decent drop in the market if you did take profits here. And if you were buying in this region, that's cool. Now, this is what I believe. This is what I strongly believe. And this is what I'm doing with my money. I think you scale out as it was going up and giving you the next chance. Yeah. The same way, if you bought in here, this was the direct move. Now, if you bought in here, this was the great move. If you sold here, Now we are slowly entering into the market, catching the bottom, the absolute bottom. That's going to be super hard unless you are so damn lucky. Right now, we are not relying on the luck part. Rather than that, we are relying on the real history. Remember, we picked up this and plotted it again and again and again and again, saying, guys, this is the history. Why should we go against it? So 20 to 25% is the average drop below the moving average on the weekly. Now, where are we? We reached 20. So yeah, we are trying to put in a bottom. But can that be the exact bottom? That's the trouble. So yes, it's below 20% from the moving average and a total of 40% drop. Historical drop in this market, as you can see, is close to where we are now, 40%. Almost, exactly. Yeah. And that's what troubles me. I'm like, if that's the history, they would like to do something stupid. I mean, that's how the whales actually work. They don't want you to understand this easily by putting the fibs, putting the structure, and the recent past. Yeah, you need to understand that matters a lot more than the micro of last cycle or the cycle before. A lot of you were relying heavily on 2017 directly. My question is, how many individuals do you know who was there back in 2017 is still active in the market? What person do you think is that? I think that's very teeny tiny bit in the market. So that's why you have to look at who are involved in this market cycle and who's involved in the recent past so that their behavior is understood, and that's what we expect. Now, in the total market, we put it onto the total crypto market. Look at this. Isn't that a possibility? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm an idiot. But isn't this a big possibility? I do see that there's a lot of people putting the calls out for a $5-10 trillion. I also, at one point here, at the earlier part when we were breaking through that $1 trillion mark, was calling for $6 trillion. But yes, the market came up here around 4 and just below 4, and it's starting to say, no, you're wrong. And I'm like, who the hell am I to say the market is wrong and I'm right? If the market says I'm wrong, I accept it, man, I'm wrong. That is something you have to do very quickly. Now, put this market on to a weekly and add on your RSI. If you want, it's fine, add on the MACD as well. Now, watch where the RSI is. This is something I really want you guys to watch, because the RSI has now reached a point in total crypto market where it has bottomed back in 2023 September, back in 2024 August. Now, is that different? A little bit, because we have a negative divergence this time. A lot of people would not try to discuss that with you so that they can put in the hype saying, yeah, watch, it's about to pop. And while it's running back up for the retest till this point, you would trust them with all your thought process and your portfolio. But what if I say that's the last point of hope? If you didn't take profit yet, if you didn't listen to the charts, if you didn't understand the language of this land, the land of candlesticks, that would be the last time where the charts give you an opportunity to get out. Now, why so? You pick up the monthly chart, and I believe monthly is something you should abide by. Don't go against it. The odds are still decent that this is a support. Yeah, you're taking a support in there, which is good. You're getting buying volume. Meaning you have a ton of selling volume and the price is not dropping like a stone. Now, yes, we still have another 20 days to see that confirmed on a monthly. But as of now, you're forming a inverted hammer. So I'm happy to see that at a support. But when the negative divergence is confirmed in here, will you go against it? Now, pick up XRP. Yeah, we have it here. On a weekly, you're forming this. On a 3-day, you kind of see this. Okay, you're taking support at that region. It's good. On a daily, you are forming multiple bullish divergence. I agree. I'm not saying I'm not watching any of these. I'm watching all of those. But my trouble is, unless it's in validating the negative divergence, I don't want to go back in. If that gets validated on a 3-day, it's going to be another trap. When I said this is a trap here, very few listened. Because the other end was news, the hype, the big accounts selling you to sell your kidneys and buy this. But we were calm, we were relaxed, trying to take the profits and stay out to make sure what we are watching is the exact repeat of 2021. We saw that. This was the structure in XLM. It even went up above to make a new all-time high. So here we are now. If you watch this channel for a few days, this line which I'm plotting, you already know what that means. Isn't it? The trend line, when it breaks, that's where you try to put in a bottom. But yeah, not only on a 3-day, but also on a weekly. Now plot this. This is that weekly trend line. Where are we now? Now I'm happy that XRP is holding $2. That's a strong point. Yeah, that's a very good thing. Now I want to learn from the history to see when I was breaking that trend line, just at that point, where I'm breaking that trend line. Yeah, I plotted on the RSI and here. Let's zoom in and see. We are kind of at least close to accurate here. Yeah, that's this is the weekly. That's why we're not getting it crazy. So we zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Okay, that's almost perfect. Yeah. So we go on a weekly and see where the hell the weekly RSI was and when did the price started dropping. So this weekly shows you I was breaking that to the downside, just like what you can see now in front of you. But when you zoom in on a 3-day, if you want a daily, you kind of see that that trend line which you drew there was just the starting point. It went down for another 3 candles on a 3-day chart. So you know what that means. So on a 3-day chart, when you are breaking that to the downside, expect some volatility. Now, back then, that volatility even reached this level and below. Now, do I think it's going to repeat this? No, we don't have the SEC case like that. So I honestly don't think we're going to do that. But do we really have a possibility that we may do this? Seriously, we may. This is the local roof here. We may come to that region. A dollar mark is not that bad. But think about this. If the panic is big, you're going to reach below that. That's 0.8. Yeah. So at $2 mark, if you're asking, is it too late to sell, Danny? I'm confused because I was selling here around 3.27 and close to $3, say 2.9, right? Now the price and the market told me, yeah, the market was right and I dropped another 40%. What should I tell you? Is it too early to sell? I'm really confused and I really don't want to be biased, right? When the market is showing me a negative pattern on a micro, when the macro is showing me negative divergence, how can I say it's easy, buy it here, guys? Yeah? Now go on to Ether. Yeah, this is what you're watching. The price is doing this. Now put it on a weekly and you'll see this. Ether in its entire history, now you're going back last 5, 7, 10 years and watching this. Yeah, 2015, 2016, you're watching this. On a weekly chart, how many times have you seen the Ether RSI on a weekly entering near 30? This is a honest question which you have to ask. This time here, and yes, the price was heavily volatile, but that was the bottom formation. How big is going to be the capitulation? No one knows, but that was the bottom formation. Now you came very close to it before, and that was the bottom formation. There was traps, yeah, but that was the bottom formation. Now the next time in 2022, that was the bottom formation. Now you are reaching that territory. How big and how deep is going to be the bottom formation? Honestly, I don't know. But do I think this is bottoming? Yeah, I do. Do I love this asset? As I always say, no. But do I think the market and some big whales are buying into this hype? So one, I'm trying to be as optimistic as possible. And one, I'm trying to be as conservative as possible. Now, conservative, how? You remove all the noise, put in the candle close to candle close, and you get to see something like this. So you remove all the optimistic points, you put in a line chart, you pick the candle close here, yeah, and then connect that, you reach like this. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so if you've been selling at these points, you did the right thing. If you've been buying at these points, you are doing the right thing. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm stupid, but watch this. This is your accumulation region. Yeah, you broke higher. Now you're doing the ABC. What do you expect after an ABC? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the market actually gives the 1, 2, 3. And if you're going to repeat that, you will see the 1, 2, 3. Do I like it? Yeah, because I'm buying this asset. Fine, but do I like this asset? No, I don't. I mean, the utility part is very bad. But does that matter? No, it does not. This is exactly where you go into multiple assets. What's Solana? I mean, what's this? We've been talking about this asset for some time, saying this is going to be the best selling opportunity. While we were here, yeah, we saw this drop, we called out this pop to sell, and if you did, now it's 60% down. Now, why would you go against it? The whale accounts, the big accounts are selling you to buy this asset because they want to make some money from the broker, from the exchanges. But after the 1, 2, 3, are you willing to do that? Maybe you are, but you have to understand the monthly to weekly charts matter a lot more. If it's saying an argument that I'm breaking below this trend lines, now it's your judgment, it's your call. Now watch XLM. I mean, this is a payment asset which I owned for a long period of time. Yeah, now I don't. But remember, we sold at that critical junction saying, okay, if it breaks this, there is going to be a capitulation, there's going to be a big drop. Now, how much did the price drop since then? 42%. Now, did the entire market do that? Yeah, many assets dropped heavy. But now you need to compare it with multiple assets and look at its own history. A drop of 65% kind of shows you, okay, maybe you're trying to bottom out. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, somewhere here, you may bottom. Maybe 0.17, maybe 0.2, I don't know. But it may try to bottom. So now you compare XLM and XRP, saying they are highly correlated assets. Yeah, put it on a weekly and see what this one has done. So this one did not drop, and you just saw the history that it drops at the last point of that candle. So it's a weekly. You still have a few days to go to wait for the Monday to come and show you where the candle is going to close. So in between, if you are going through the market to find opportunities, the real asset where the buyers are entering, not exiting, yeah? If you are looking at that, be a part of the Scientific Investor family where 1,600 members just saw everything I posted. And they were well prepared for this. Why? Even in the YouTube, I was saying the blood hunt is about to begin. Just a couple of days back, I told the bell is going off, and that's after 250 days. If you want to be a part of this, understand this is where you should be. Not the hype, just the reality from the charts. If you haven't smashed the like button yet, I request you, smash that for me. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.